Jacob's like, why? Why?
Welcome to Outside of Fate. We don't know what we're doing here.
We don't care either.
Please come with us on this journey.
Hey, that's a better intro than any.
No, it's still on you.
Oh, I know. All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Outside of Fate. I am Trunx. We're not playing D&D tonight. Shockingly, we'll be actually discussing random shit tonight and what's going on in the game so far, and possibly other games in this weird universe of
Everything.
chaos.
There's no like chaos.
And with me as usual, chaos. I don't know why they have their names up, but I was actually about to call y'all by the goddamn.
We have Rathbun, Asha, and Alakir here.
Also known as Tim, Jacob, and B. So
in that order, I guess.
I hope so.
So Tim, Jacob, B.
Okay, so this is already a clusterfuck, but we'll go through it.
Isn't it always?
A little bit.
There was any other choice?
I mean, there's always other choices. It's just I don't think we can air.
You'd think he'd have learned that by now with us.
I don't think we can, but we can't air those kind of choices on a podcast. Those are usually more visual.
Now you're going on a tangent.
This is true. But anyway, so tonight we have a lot to get through. So I say we just start out with one I wanted to do from the beginning. What the fuck is this Diccy Tate? Because you guys have heard him
a couple of times
in episodes, just coming through playing music and being obnoxious. The plan is for us to come up with ideas and what he is, and we're going to eventually put it up on Facebook as a poll for y'all to
help us choose what the
Diccy
fuck
Tate
is he?
What he looks like. So at this point, what we know about Diccy Tate, is 1, he's immortal.
2, he's a bard.
And
3, he's obnoxious.
There you go. Mm-hmm. So from there, I would say let's roll D20 and see who.
I thought 2 and 3 kind of went together on that.
Not necessarily.
Let's go. Highest goes first. So what we got?
I got 2 1s. It's an 11.
I tied 11.
I got a 12.
I got a 3.
Oh hell! So this starts with me.
It does. What is Diccy Tate to you?
Let's see. To me, like I said, he's very I want him. I would like for him to be like purples and lavenders and pinks. As far as race goes, I'm going with my original idea of I think he should be a changeling. Like straight up changeling, so he can be whatever the hell he wants to be at any time. As far as instrument goes, again, he's a bard. He plays whatever, but I think the lyre should be his main go-to instrument. And from there, I guess, have y'all two re-roll again.
It's a roll-off.
Roll-off. Jacob.
2.
15.
So, Jacob, you're up next.
I don't know. My mind always goes back to Lord of the Rings, and I'm thinking halfling, something like that. As far as instrument, I don't know. I was thinking kind of mandolin. I know lyre, lute, mandolin, they're all fairly similar, but I don't know. I think mandolin when I think of a bard.
I mean, that'd be cool. That would be actually kind of cool too.
Or dulcimer.
Oh hell. So far we have changeling and halfling. Both string instruments. But what about gear wise? Colors?
Bright, like blues and yellows. I don't think anything dark like purples, but something bright, and it's got to grab attention.
Right. So all right, cool. So we got Changeling and Halfling.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Tim? What the fuck is Diccy Tate?
I don't know. In some ways, I would almost think definitely Elvish or Sylvan, of bloodline of some sort, Fey ancestry.
Cool.
Colors for like his ensemble, maybe bright greens, mid-tone blues with like a splash of purple here and there, almost like a peacock.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And to accentuate on the peacock, bagpipes, annoying, but feathers flayed out with the pipes.
I like that one.
Yeah.
I like that. So, okay, so we got Changeling, Halfling,
And an elf.
and an elf. So, we got V. What the fuck is he?
Well, I would say half elf because it's very easy to hide if he needed to. As far as colors, all of them. And the instrument, I'd gotta say hurdy-gurdy.
Nice choice.
Oh.
That was my second one.
Oh,
Hurdy-gurdy. It's still a
the
stringed
hurdy-gurdy.
instrument.
I mean, it
Mhm.
still comes back to string instruments. Okay, so as far as we know, or as far as we're throwing out ideas, but when it comes down to it, we're gonna leave it up to the fans. You guys will get to pick, what he looks like, and after we get him figured out, who knows? We might start seeing artwork of Diccy Tate pop up. Which we're going to eventually have artwork of
All of the characters.
all the characters, and
Mhm.
kind of go from there, see what happens. Hopefully, y'all like the stuff. So, and like I said, send us fan art. We like fan art.
Doesn't even have to be fan art, just art.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even
There's
just like beautiful background scenes would be nice to have for posting up on the group. And
Yeah.
if we do eventually throw stuff up on YouTube to have as a background while they listen to the audio.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
like I
that
said,
is a plan. Eventually, get all the episodes up on YouTube.
And also, guys, like I said, if y'all send it to us, we will put you on.
We will credit
We'll
you.
credit you.
Yes.
Thank you. That's the word. Thank you. So, with
Fully credited with shout outs.
yeah, there you go. With what the fuck is Diccy Tate out the way, I want to leave it up to. Well,
It's
what do
never
y'all-
out of the way.
What do y'all think? What should we do from here? Should we go, ask the DM or ask the players?
Roll the dice.
So, okay, I'll let it up to y'all. Which one? Which one of y'all rolling for which?
I'll roll for the DM.
I'll roll for Ask the Players.
Let's do this.
18.
Yeah, 11.
Guess it's players
so,
first.
Ask the players.
Uh-oh.
All right, so this is where we're going to start kind of reviewing some of the actual episodes, and I guess I'll be asking y'all questions.
Eventually, we might ask each other questions.
I mean, yeah, it'll be that too. I mean, if y'all have...
Still asking players.
That's true.
Yeah.
So, let's start out with episode 1, and we'll go from there. So, episode 1, like I said, we all started off in Aston and introducing every character at some point or another. Introducing Rathbun and Alakir and Asha. So, I do have a question for Tim.
Yes.
The idea for Rathbun, where did it come from?
I don't know.
Damn those goddamn things. if we were actually playing a drinking game, I'd be drunk by the end of this.
Yeah, because you've already fucked up
Yeah.
on
where-
player names and character
We
names.
even have the name tags out for you.
I said the player names.
No. Because it was Rathbun, Asha, and Alakir, and you said Tim, Jacob, and V.
Well, by
That's
this
a little
point,
bit different.
they know who we are.
Maybe.
Hopefully,
Possibly.
But do you?
I never know who you are. I'm the
Do I
DM.
even really know myself?
I'm the DM. I still don't know who it is.
Isn't this all just some existentialism going on here?
We ain't going down that road.
All right.
Good. It's a little beyond Rafton's grasp.
Yeah.
Now the actual question is...
Where did the idea for Alakira come in?
Well, that came around because I always wanted to kind of play what I consider a legacy character that's bringing on something else and continuing something that I had already started in a previous campaign, which, since you've run multiple games in this universe, I did actually play my own father in the last campaign.
Which, again, we might eventually end up meeting, Raytheon down the line. And like I said, though, I'm of the same thing. I like legacy characters. I like seeing kids of last generation or even grandchildren of
because we got a lot of games in this world and some of these characters are long dead.
Right because like I said, with this game, between all right guys, here's a little bit of lore drop with Raytheon. That game was 300 years before the beginning of Dicey, of the game we're running now, which the Dicey Fate game we're running now, which we still haven't figured out an actual, the group hadn't killed with a name yet for themselves either.
As of yet, we're still Dicey Fate,
right?
Yeah.
Which I figure eventually it will happen, but like I said, it's still early. But yeah, that game took that whole campaign took place 300 years before this game takes place. So in a 300-year time, Raytheon actually got married and had a family. So it's actually kind of cool seeing, seeing a story kind of come back and play more into stuff.
Yeah. And then the other part of it was I've always had a love for Rangers, and when they added the Drake Warden. Yeah. I mean, I keep always wanting to think back to the Unearthed Arcana Dragon Master Conclave. That's the way they used to have it.
I mean, and like I said, and especially with the whole thing with dragons. And I know, again, a lot of people don't like Rangers, and I don't see why. I've never. Well, and I understand, with the original, 5e.
Yeah, especially the Beastmaster.
And you have other alternatives for how to run the Ranger.
And now the Rangers are actually a viable, pretty badass class now.
I enjoyed the hell out of Clark in our other game.
Which we will get to that too, because Clark is
Clark is infamous.
Clark is special.
So, and another little thing, because this is just hilarious to me. The 3 Rangers in my games across in different parts of the world, played by 3 different characters, 3 different players, somehow have the chaos energy. I don't understand it. I don't.
Because we are just the embodiment of chaos.
Some more than others.
And I'm talking about you, Zan. I know you. I know you'll probably hear this. You'll hear this somewhere. I'm talking about you.
The Avatar of Chaos.
He is the Avatar of Chaos.
I think we all have to bow down to that one.
True.
So yeah. From there, what you be? Well, Asha,
initially, this is the 3rd or 4th time I've tried to play this character. So I can't remember why the fuck I started this character. I just really want this character to work. So fucking bad.
I mean, so far she's actually working.
And she's had a different attitude every time, but it's the same, same character. But we've started this game like 3 or 4 times.
With multiple different characters each time.
And yeah, it seems to be working now, and I like that.
Yeah.
As to why did I create a half-elf warlock? I don't know. I don't fucking know.
Just because. So, might as well ask Jacob, too, because hey, you were there for...
How did you create Alec here?
There you go. I want to know what you
see, I enjoy legacy characters.
Because I know you started off with, and our original...
Previous rendition.
Yeah, with
Cleric.
Laurel.
Yeah.
Cleric.
Half-elf cleric.
So why did you decide to change it to Rathbun?
Well, part of it was going to be a new take on the game, so I figured, start fresh with a new character. Played, some half-casters, ranger, rogue, on some other games, maybe some one-shots with some spellcasters, but wanted to try my hand at kind of, I guess, the next step up in my eyes for spellcasting without going full spellcaster, and move into Paladin, where you have more spell slots than, say, the Ranger. Obviously, way more than the Rogue, but
right.
And mainly just because I've been wanting to play a Paladin and kind of be that tanky character. We'll see how that works out.
Yeah. Like I said, we do need it.
Yeah. The squishies need it.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, I'm not quite as squishy anymore.
No, I'm still squishy. I am squishy. Thanks.
Let's see. Oh, so again, and like as the game went on from there, we got to pick teams for the tournament and stuff like that. What did y'all think about that? Were y'all and like I said, at this point, these are all spoilers. I'm sorry if you're listening to this one before listening to the other 6 episodes.
There's something wrong.
What is wrong with you?
Yeah.
I mean, we're gonna spoil shit. You might as well stop.
Yeah.
And then go listen to that and then come back.
Yeah. So you have been warned.
And we will also probably have a spoiler warning in the description.
Like I said, as you've been warned right now. From here on out, spoilers.
Heed the warning.
So, as far as like the tournament goes, were y'all actually expecting to actually fight in the whole thing?
Yeah.
I mean, this did not go anywhere near the direction I thought it was going to.
Well, it definitely didn't go the same way it went in the last rendition.
No, it didn't. But honestly, yeah, I was expecting to fight in the tournament.
Now, am I unhappy with how it went? No, not really. Just not what I expected to happen.
Oh, and what did y'all guys think of Gil? I want y'all's opinion on Gil.
I love Gil.
Yeah.
Poor Gil, his teammates made it so hard on him.
Yeah, but everybody in town kind of made it hard on him. We all kind of picked on him a little bit.
Yeah.
I know I did.
I mean,
I'm the reason he's got the damn scar. At least one of them.
one of them.
But yeah, like I said, Gil's a fun character. He was actually kind of fun to play, and just kind of, like I said, this very I don't know. Sometimes I like playing the unsure characters because I am very much like me myself. I'm very much not the
blasting confidence all the time.
Right. I'm usually not the unsure person. So being able to have to like literally pull back and be, kind of timid, it's hard, but I love doing it.
You had to like channel, God, what's that guy's name from the Office Space movie?
You took my stapler.
My stapler.
Oh, so...
Was it Milton or something like that?
Yes, I think. But I'm sorry, my mind went to, I'm going to burn this place down.
So, from there, like, you guys, like, formed a team, or got formed into a team, and...
Tried to train.
We tried.
There was a lot of training, and a lot of getting hurt. But that helped with your training too.
Because y'all
I was fine.
Because y'all got into
Exactly, so it helped with your medical training.
Because then y'all got into the whole fight with the boar and the goblins.
The boar we were fine
goblins.
with.
Yeah, the boar went. That was 2 rounds, 3 rounds.
I think it was 2 rounds.
Because y'all didn't get touched in that.
No.
And the boar,
I broke a javelin. I do remember that.
And the boar was the tougher of the fights.
Sure it was.
I mean,
So challenge rating wise, the boar,
Sure it was.
the boar was supposed to be the tougher.
But it's
if he's supposed to be.
Right.
Yeah, but it's one of those. The way I look at it is, it's just a numbers game. There were 3 of us against 1 boar, so even if it's a strong boar, that's 3 attacks every
attacks
round
to 1.
against it.
Well,
Whereas,
it had 2 attacks.
okay, 3 to 2.
but still, then you look at the goblins, and there's 6 goblins and a leader and a warg.
But no, the war didn't stand a chance either. Y'all
Yeah,
murked that thing. Like, y'all straight up murked the warg. The thing that was actually going to be the worst part of that fight.
That's the thing that scared Asha, was this big fucking warg. And now she's kind of scared of goblins.
And then next thing you know,
Maybe
turn
that's
around.
why your intimidation didn't work.
Oh, okay. So yeah, we're getting to that too. Okay, you got to tell me, how are you feeling when the whole the dragon? Look, the dragon's coming, and then rolling the nat 1.
Defeated? You know? Like, fuck. You know? Clearly, I was not as confident sounding as I thought I was. But, yeah, that was not my best roll.
There's been a lot of those.
There has.
With the charisma-based character on top of that.
I mean, a nat 1 is a nat 1.
Right. I just still think it's hilarious. The thing that requires charisma on the charisma-based character and nat 1.
Oh, you mean like my nat 1 on a strength check at one point?
Oh, yeah, we'll get to that.
I'm just saying, I mean, there's been lots of
When I got us
ill-fitting-
lost in the woods with my survival check.
Yep. The ranger got us lost.
Oh. And before we go any further, I gotta ask Jacob, the very first roll of the game.
And it didn't even matter for anything. It was literally who goes first. And I start off the entire campaign with a nat 1. And the name of the game was sealed at that point. I mean, we talked about Dicey Fate, and it was stuck at that point because it was a 1.
Yeah,
a nat 1
You
Nat
can't
one.
get much dicier.
on the absolute least important roll of the entire game.
Yeah.
And then we get into the group. Like, I have this question for Tim and V on this one.
Uh-oh.
The ranged characters
Yes. Thank you.
throwing, shooting, and then deciding to run into battle. I was sitting here like, why? I have to know. I have to know why run into battle when you're both, range the range characters. Now, granted, I understand Edric did
I mean, who wants to go first here?
Edric did drop. I'm not saying that.
I mean, it's like, yes, I'm playing a character that uses a bow, but I always play a ranger as I use whatever weapons I have. Like, a lot of times I'll usually wind up taking he's a character that he'll grab a fucking stick off the ground. That's why he took, at one point, the druid crafting shillelagh cantrips. That way he can just grab a stick and go, shillelagh. Bam!
Love shillelagh. I don't care how many times. But what about Asha?
Asha was honestly just gonna go and try and heal this motherfucker.
Heal the guy who just got dropped.
But the healing spells I have are touch based.
Oh, hell.
So that's why
Same
the
here.
ranged character ran into battle.
Same here. At this point, all my healing stuff, because I don't have healing word.
And everything is touch. Everything is touch. So you have to. Damn, we have healers, but nobody. All the healing.
Hey, I'm a combat medic. It's got to be touch.
I mean, but that's just at low level. All your healing is touch based.
Yeah.
I still thought it was hilarious. Like the whole fight
Well, and even like some of my damage spells that I have
are touch based.
are touch based.
So you have to get in close to.
Mm-hmm. But at least could be technically cast through a melee weapon if that can be used as my focus.
Right. I mean, so we'll see how that goes later on down the road. So
Well,
then,
that's what the multi-class much later on was going to be for.
so then we come into another one of my favorite characters, Orem, which I think
Orem was fun.
which I think it's hilarious, the fact that he shows up after the Nat 1 of the dragons coming.
I forgot.
And then next thing you know,
A dragon.
Mm-hmm.
an ice dragon and some dude in a fucking parka and using sticks just shows up out of nowhere and decides to start, stomping goblins.
Yep.
Which honestly, I'm glad he showed up. Like, cause,
We were too.
Yep.
Oh yeah, definitely.
because
'Cause,
at that point, two of the party members had dropped.
Yeah,
I was down.
I was down.
Yeah. I think Alakir was the only one up because I had just gotten him up.
Yep.
And then next thing you know,
Because, the two goblins that were right around us when you got me up took you down.
Yep.
And then he showed up on the next round.
and just came in and went to work.
Tore them a new one in multiple ways.
And then having an ice drake with you helps.
I mean,
Some of them getting shattered. Frozen and shattered.
Hey, as long as the ears were still good.
Right?
True.
except
and
that
with-
one that got eaten.
Yeah.
Never get that one.
But then again, without Dairos, we wouldn't have gotten all the meat back to the village from the
That's
giant
true.
boar.
We wouldn't have.
And then y'all ended up, helping Edric up and finding out that he is.
Well, at one point, he even helped himself up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. He helped himself up just to get.
Knocked
Right
down.
back down.
And it kind of happens when you have no armor,
Yeah.
no
hit
weapon,
points left.
You're literally in rags.
and you have 10 goblins chasing you with a dude riding a wolf. Which that still made me laugh too, was the fact that the goblin riding the wolf was catching up to Edric, and it was just like, fuck that thing and blast it, kill it. like there was no chance in hell for that thing to even have a turn in combat. It was the whole dead.
It was big and mean. The others were just goblins.
I mean, clearly we underestimated the goblins.
True. But I think everybody underestimates the goblins.
Especially with this guy.
Oh yeah, that guy has got a bad track record.
Yeah.
Let's send a horde of goblins after.
We'll go into
Level
that.
one
We'll go into that one. A whole nother. We'll actually do an episode.
Oh, we can discuss the misadventures of Clark at session 1 on that one.
Oh hell yeah!
Not
that
just
too.
that. Like that's
That-
not
that-
the only one.
No, I'm aware. I'm just saying, like, we could spend a while on that one. Plus, I'm sure there's plenty of others.
Oh yeah.
We need to have like a Colosseum fight where it's us versus a tribe of goblins in a Colosseum.
No.
I mean,
No.
I mean, we'll do that much later on when we've got definitely, at least now with where we are in the campaign, I've got extra attack now finally.
So and from there, like I said, you guys met up with Orem and Dairos, who she helped take the meat back to the village. Y'all met Edric, and pretty much by the time y'all made it back to town, we wrapped up there.
Mm-hmm.
And so from there, I'll turn it over to y'all to ask, if y'all want something got any questions for me for episode 1 before we continue.
I remember you rolled, and that's essentially what had Orem show up. It's probably a little masochistic. What were the other things that could have possibly happened? Or do you even remember it?
I remember.
That's what I was afraid of. How boned would we have been?
There was another dragon rider that could have showed up.
Friendly or... Because I noticed you didn't answer that part.
Friendlier.
Oh, okay.
But she wouldn't have been there to help y'all. She would have just showed up because she hates goblins more than she hates, anything else. She would have killed them all
and left us.
And left y'all. The other one would have been Sarah showing up.
Oh. So an earlier
sure that would have
preview
gone
of that.
Well. I mean,
it went so well for us later.
Sarah would have showed up, and y'all would have been actually escorted back to the tower as well and locked up because she would have figured y'all knew too much.
Except at that point, we didn't even know anything.
No, we had no fucking
we knew even less than we knew.
And it was Orem and Dairos, another dragon rider, and her Drake. Sarah, and then the last one was another goblin horde. But it was the opposing goblins.
Oh, so it was
okay.
The ones that they traded with.
Right, the Alakir knew. So that was the 4 outcomes of the...
Only 25% chance of being boned. That's not too bad.
Yeah. Not horrible, but still at the same time, if I had been the only one up when the other dragon riders showed up, you guys still would have been on the ground. And at that point, I didn't have any spell casting.
You better get a long rest in fast, buddy.
So what about the rest of y'all? Any other question?
For episode 1, I'm trying to think all the stuff that happened in that.
There wasn't much.
Really wasn't.
Not really.
Episode 1 was probably the most straightforward out of all the episodes.
Right, that was the one that had mostly just...
Well, I mean, it was the let's introduce ourselves and then let's start the adventure.
I guess one question for me would have been how boned do you think we would have been if we had gone for? Wasn't there a spider post on the board at the same time? We took the goblins and the the large creature.
50 gold per spider.
Oh yeah, that would have been.
Were they similar to the ones we met later on?
Those weren't bad.
No,
we were higher level, but
they were a little bit lower level. They were lower level than that, but similar enough. There would have been a lot more of you guys having to do more stealth or strength. Especially, there would have been a lot of strength rolls, contested strength, because of the fact
I'd
that
have been good.
Especially with the spiders having more sneak attack.
Oh God!
Like more sneaky and stealth
And I'm back to
based.
Clark.
that's where I just went. You have a chance to say one word. See ya.
Okay, so we'll get into that real quick. Okay, so we have another game called The Misadventures of Clark. It's still in the same world, and it's on the continent of Zakesh, which eventually we are going to release a map of the entire world, so you guys can kind of see where stuff is taking place and whatnot. But Zakesh is to the east. And one of Jacob's other characters, his name is Clark, who was an Eric Hawkra
Ranger at the time.
Some stuff had gone down, and they had teleported to an underground cave. And while they were in there, they were going through this part of the cave that was covered in spider webs and whatnot. I was rolling stealth checks. They were rolling horrible at perception.
In my infinite wisdom, I was flying.
And the ceilings were high. It was an underground system, and the ceilings were high enough to where Clark could actually fly around and scout out. Well, as he's flying, suddenly webs grab him by the chest. And before he knows what's happened, he's starting to get webbed up and starting to get, cocooned. And before he gets yanked up, I was like, okay, you have a chance to say one thing before you get yanked up. And the word was, like, see you guys. And bad thing is, that was the first time because he broke free just to get webbed up again.
I didn't say Clark made great decisions. He made the decisions and had to live with the consequences.
Right.
But he did live with them.
Barely, sometimes.
So, from there, I guess we'll go ahead and jump into episode 2, which was
Die Trying.
There we go. Die Trying. Oh, I'm sorry. We didn't even say the name of the first episode, which was in the neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
Which I love the fact that the names are very punny.
Well, and inevitably the episode gives us something that has just been perfect for the title.
Right.
I mean, really.
So far, they've all been bangers, really, truly have.
Poor Alec here.
The name of this one was
I tried.
Pretty much because of my botched dye job.
Not just botched.
My horribly botched.
Okay, so do we want to start with asking me questions, or do y'all want me to ask y'all again?
Why don't we keep it the same way?
Yeah.
Just keep with the same? All right. Well, cool. So, we recapped the first episode like we did. This is the first time y'all get a chance of hearing about the ancient civilization of Vaisha from Oro. And I know none of y'all, as far as lore goes,
Nope.
had heard anything about it.
Nope. We all rolled shit, so we didn't learn anything.
As far as we could tell, he was lying.
He was just making shit up.
Let's see. Oh yeah, so another thing that was rolled was the fact that Asha's patron is kind of the reason Orm showed up, because Asha prayed before going down. It was just hey,
I think it was more begged.
It was more, help us, please.
No, that's a prayer. Trust me.
Oh, okay. It's a very.
It's an urgent prayer.
It's a pitiful one.
Urgent. Well focused.
And we had all the lovely people freaked out with Dairos.
Poor Luke.
That was great.
Yeah.
Poor Luke.
He didn't stand a chance.
And then Shun.
He really didn't stand a chance.
No, he did not.
So, like I said, we had Edric sitting by the fire.
Rick.
Well, he had just been. I had just named him Rick at this point. Luke was down training at the barracks because he didn't want anything to do with Dairos and Shun. Asha had taken Edric to Amadeus.
Mm-hmm.
Shun had his lovely encounter with Orm, which was hilarious.
That was
One-inch punch.
Yeah, that was fucking hilarious. That was only partially Asha's fault.
Right.
I mean,
all you did was just set the stage.
I did.
Sean took the
You just passed the message.
I did.
He's the one that wanted it.
He got it.
So he thought.
So Edric ends up staying with Amadeus because he was malnourished, and Amadeus knows some badass cooking techniques that actually like revitalized Edric. We got some talk with Alakir and Gil about his training with Sprig and Steph.
Yep.
Which we really didn't get into much with Steph's character. But it was okay because, you know, not every character has to be just completely like fleshed out. Some characters are just there just to be there.
Some characters are just there because somebody asked.
Right?
Hey, what's that guy's name?
Hey, I feel attacked here.
I said after you know getting knocked out, and I see because pretty much this one was a lot of
mostly time around
just
the campfire.
time around the campfire, time around and at home.
Yeah,
You know, actually getting to know
the character,
the characters and the family, and you know the best part was Alec here screwing up on the the dye job with the disguise kit
and a clearly fake scar.
Yeah, the one that looked so horrible, and then getting cut off by Asha's mother because of it.
Right.
I couldn't drink anymore.
And like I said, I met the healer.
Ah, yes.
yeah, the herbalist.
I kind of always picture her as like this Janis Joplin style.
Yeah,
Kind of.
Just
Hey.
right.
Going.
And then let's say y'all got some stuff. Got some healers kits. Got some.
I got an arrow shot at me
Because you were swinging a sword around.
I was spinning it because I was bored.
Because Sprig doesn't take any of that crap.
And I
And
gave her the arrow back.
right, you did. And by the end of it, you guys were going into the Golden Fox Woods.
Yep.
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 That was the end of it.
So the question is on this one, like for everybody, how'd you expect like some of this stuff to go? Did y'all expect the people to just be so open to Orem and Dyros showing up?
I was kind of surprised at how well it went.
Yeah.
I mean, not really, because he showed up with 3 people from the town and somebody that they found. But, you know, it's one of those things, yeah, they were on edge at first, but it's like introducing anybody to.
Yeah, I guess I should have said I was just more surprised at how quickly they warmed up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because basically after we started introductions and got a couple people introduced, it was...
I mean,
most people were okay with it. I mean, obviously...
by the time we came
had
back
Luke.
from the barracks, when we found out Edric was asleep, they were having kids ride around on Dyros.
Right. And, you know, again, had a little more guild development and his lovely, him getting whooped up on by Sprig, which, again, Sprig was another character that we don't really get to get a lot of info on. All we know is that she's
A mute.
she's a mute,
Yeah.
but she was a badass.
Kind of like pretty much all we knew about Nova this time
Well,
was that she was blind.
Yeah, because y'all didn't even get a chance to.
We didn't join the tournament, so
Yeah, no.
we don't know anything about Nova.
Nope. She didn't get to burn me this time.
Because
It's okay, I didn't get to burn Luke.
this time around, like she signed up, but again, because that happened to this too. Y'all decided to like skip the
tournament to try and help Edric.
because
Well, we thought we were going to be back.
Yeah.
Ended up skipping the tournament.
Yeah, we thought we would go out there and do
Get
the
him
ritual,
hidden away, kind of.
but
Yeah.
it all fell through.
Yeah.
because really truly on this one there wasn't really like I rolled to see how the characters kind of how the village was going to accept Dyros and and Orem. And I mean, there was a chance that this could have turned more into, villagers with pitchforks and and torches. But instead it turned around and the group actually kind of enjoying having a dragon in town. Yeah. So the question is, with y'all too, what would have happened if that had happened, if they would actually have drawn weapons instead of...
I don't think I'd have had much choice being part of the guard.
I had already told them that if they had fought him, they'd be fighting me out of honor because he had saved us.
I mean, that's where Asha would have been as well.
So that could have been a party splitter, which would have been hilarious. And I'm don't get me wrong, I'm glad it went the way it did, because I would have hated to see that. Like, see Rathbun having to choose between defending the town and
defending a friend. Now, granted, that would have been an interesting turn of events. That would have been really interesting. But again, I am glad how it played out. Because, and again, a 1-inch punch to Shun was still... was one of the best things. That, and like I said, I don't know, my favorite part was where Asha started dragging Luke over. I saw it, so I helped her drag Luke over.
And then I
saw it and was, oh, hey, let's all drag Luke over here.
Luke to the dragon.
Yeah, that was my favorite part too.
So yeah, I mean, really, truly, there wasn't much like super.
The first couple of episodes were pretty, I guess, slow. Feels like the wrong phrase, but
it was.
They were more drawn out because of we flat out had to develop the story as we were going along.
Yeah.
So now at this point, any questions for me before we continue on to episode 3?
How bad did the scar look?
It looked horrible. Like it was like falling off, and
it was. Come on.
Yeah, it looked like a cheap.
I got that much
piece, and the glue wasn't working right.
Right. You've seen that really horrible.
Yes. But
scarring.
I didn't even think about the falling off part.
Yeah.
Part
of that was I had forgotten to add my proficiency on the roll because I am proficient in the disguise kit, but I didn't have proficiency in performance. So,
oops.
Oh hell.
It's the way the dice roll sometimes.
That's why we're called Dicey. Because, I mean, damn.
So that's where you get interesting stories too.
Right. And that's how we got Die Trying. Which I still, again, the puns are hilarious.
I mean, I like puns.
And it doesn't help that it's funny on like multiple levels.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Because you got it as, like I said, the dyeing the hair. I mean, but at the same time...
Well, the next one's more appropriate than that, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So, do we want to go ahead and jump into... Or do you have any other questions? Or should we go ahead and jump into
I'm going to jump into episode 3.
Yeah.
Works for me.
All right, cool. Episode 3. Stone-faced. Oh, this was
a bad one.
This was an episode.
It was an episode.
Maybe an episode and a half with some of our choices.
So yeah, you guys y'all got into the Golden Fox Woods for the second time.
Mm-hmm.
Followed tracks for a while. Alec here found the Goblin Camp that they were celebrating. That y'all didn't go.
Nope. Yeah, we
nope.
on that one.
We were done. No goblins.
Y'all went to the river. Y'all found the river. Jumped. Got across.
The one that we thought was really deep.
Right. It was deep enough.
It was 6 inches deeper than my javelin.
Right. Oh, the throwing of the rope. The street.
Yeah.
Yep, that's what I was. Yep.
The street say the street score or the
Strength heavy character failing.
Crit failing the throwing
Athletics
the rope.
check.
Oh, that like I swear the things y'all are supposed to be good at, those are the ones y'all fail somehow.
Yeah.
That just makes it funnier.
I mean, true.
Mm-hmm.
You tried it again. It worked the second time around. Alec here, being the ass that he is, just decided to teleport across. Like,
Yeah. Could have just taken it with you.
Well, but then I would have had to try to throw it back.
yeah.
Because it would have taken the whole rope with me.
Yeah,
not
you could-
just the end that I was holding.
He couldn't dimension door it. Which, that would have been hilarious. Asha is like jumps in and realize, is underwater for like a second and then comes up and swims across. That's when y'all found the village. Y'all found the actual
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The ruins of said village.
right. And because it wasn't the place y'all needed to find.
Of course, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't.
No, it was just a ruin. It was like
We were looking for a place to camp for the night.
right.
I was good with the ground.
I kind of wish we'd gone with the ground. Sorry.
Yeah.
And you guys ended up fighting, which I can tell y'all now they were stone cursed.
Mm.
And like this fight went nothing like I thought it was gonna do. Because they surrounded y'all quick.
Yeah.
Like pretty much like locked y'all down.
Yeah.
Almost had them. Almost.
And yeah. That whole fight goes lovely. And you guys like that was the first fight y'all lost. Like
I'd say we lost the goblins. That was only Orem.
But still,
Yeah.
at least one of the party members stayed up. No, this one,
Well, technically, we all dropped to the goblins.
yeah, but
But
at
one
least
was back up.
up.
Yep.
This one,
We all dropped.
Edric, or AKA Rick, and this one, and Alec here, Asha, Rathman, you all hit zero. Well,
Or got petrified.
No,
Yeah.
Asha went
Asha
down
didn't
before
hit.
she hit zero.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was just turned to stone.
yeah, turned to stone.
Everybody else hit zero.
Right. No,
Well,
Rick didn't. Rick got petrified.
did he?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. Alec here went to zero. Rathman went
Yep.
to zero.
Yeah, because you were the last one up in that fight.
I had one
Yeah.
left. I was so close.
There was some natural 20s involved in
Yeah, not on our end. Don't worry.
that.
We stuck to the dicey fate.
Well, I think at the beginning I might have had. I think I had one.
Yeah, but you had a dagger, so
Yeah.
which
That was why I should have gotten something else instead for a melee, but
yeah, hindsight.
it was that's more of a heirloom than a
Right.
anything else.
So then, guys come to and meet Sarah.
That bitch.
Oh, we'll get to that whole thing in the next one. Like I said, she doesn't villain monologue, but she tells enough information.
Closest she came was with me.
Some of us got information.
Some of us tried.
Oh, that we'll get to that too here in a minute. Because, like I said,
I think the closest she came to monologuing was with me.
yeah,
She gave me the most information. And then we stonewalled her. That's why the stone faced was appropriate.
some things was appropriate for like multiple reasons. In this
Because
one.
we all were.
Who's with you? Rick.
And the bad
So she goes to Alec here. Oh, you mean Rick?
You got Asha over there shooting people.
Give me information.
Give me information. Eldritch Blast.
Hey, I asked and he pointed a crossbow at me.
Yeah, at least you guys only had one guard on each of you.
I mean, I probably couldn't have killed two.
And then
I had no chance.
So we got Asha getting shot and getting knocked out again. And then
I thought that was our signal.
Raffin going to kick a cage and breaking his foot.
And,
Hindsight, kicking a metal cage was probably a bad idea.
yeah, and then me failing on the performance check to fall and roll to grab my weapons that they had me
Throw
put
away.
down.
Oh, and Alakir gets naked.
Well, he was more than willing to oblige. He was told to strip.
Right.
Yep.
So, fans of Alakir, if you want to draw,
No.
you want to draw that,
No.
send that to just Tim. I do not want to see it naked. I do not want to see naked Alakir.
Or at least censor it appropriately.
There you go.
Yeah, do it tastefully.
There you go.
Tasteful nudes.
Tasteful.
Yes.
I can do a tasteful nudity.
That way
No.
it's considered art and not porn.
There you go.
Draw me like one of your French girls.
Yes.
Now see that's what I want to see. I want to see French girl pose Alakir. Someone get on that.
His bow in his mouth instead of a rose.
Oh, he just has the arrow in his mouth.
Ah, that's true.
The bow's positioned just right. You know.
So you don't see anything?
He's holding it.
Oh, that's awesome. So yeah,
I think we broke the DM on that one.
Oh,
You know-
at the end of the episode, Raffin gets knocked out.
What did I do?
You were screaming.
You were screaming, and she was already pissed off with Asha, killing one of her men.
Oh, what was his name?
Do we have a name for the one?
It was
that got
Brian.
killed?
It was Brian.
Was it Brian?
I think it was.
I killed Brian.
Yep, it was Brian.
Oh, oops.
Yep.
Sorry, Brian.
You killed Brian with an Eldritch Blast.
I mean, he pointed a crossbow at me, and I was in a cage.
And then the last thing we get in that episode is Raffin taking a punch to the face. And we ended the episode with that. Which was awesome.
Not my finest moment.
This whole episode was the group's not finest moments.
But it gets worse.
For some of us, yeah.
Usually.
Okay, so with that out the way, question time. Let's start with this one. The first one I got one for Tim on this one. Why naked?
Because Alakir is free.
Because I was like, because when she said strip, I was like, okay, he's just gonna take off his armor and his weapons. No, Alakir is just like, you want to see me strip?
Letter of the law.
I'm taking everything off.
Yep.
Are you lawful?
No.
Oh. That would have been a good explanation.
Yeah.
I mean, he's chaotic, so
That's also still a good explanation.
Hey, and she just told me to strip. She didn't say what else that needed to happen or was going to happen. So
This is true.
screw it. Came into the world this way. I can go out that way.
Okay, Tim. We're not Tim. Jacob.
Tim, Tom, Jacob.
Tim, Tom, Jacob. Oh, this is a fucking.
We don't even have a Tom.
We were talking about Tom.
I thought he was about to say
Bombadil.
Tasha.
We don't have a Tasha.
I still had Tom Bombadil going through my head. Okay, I gotta find out. The nat one on the kicking the door. I was like, because my first thing was like, okay, this is going to be the moment he's going to kick the door in, and like shit's gonna pop off. I had like shit ready to go, and instead It's the whole kick, broken foot.
I'm going to be honest here. I didn't have a plan past kicking the door, so I don't know exactly what would have gone down, but it would have been a story.
Oh,
It probably would have been Rathbun.
Raffin would have came to the door. Still had his weapons and everything, so he could have literally came in like a wrecking ball. Oh, goddamn. Raffin comes flying to the back of the
No, the wrecking ball would have been Alakir.
I mean, yeah. But still, I can see it now. Raffin come busting out the back of the... He's coming out with the shield. I came in like... that one was...
No, that was very unfortunate.
Again, somehow a nat 1.
You've seen enough of my games. My dice hate me. No matter how many dice I buy, every single set hates me.
Well, I wish the Cthulhu dice would have came in, but they're on their way now.
It would have betrayed me too. Don't feel bad.
The deep one would have betrayed you as well.
Well, I guess I'm going back to the deep one now.
There you go. Next character for Warlock, pack to the deep one.
It's an old one.
Is it the old one?
The old
okay.
one.
Either way.
No, that was... that was very unfortunate. I thought that was our signal. I didn't realize she was like dying at that point, but...
Well, I mean, that's fair. I mean, it was a signal.
Elder's Blast. See, I wish if we would have thought about it, put the Wilhelm scream in when I talk about the Elder's Blast. Because the Wilhelm scream right there would have been hilarious. And then,
in retrospect, yes, that would have been hilarious.
I didn't even think about it until just now. That would have been hilarious. Elder's Blast. And Nelson's like, oh, that's a signal. Beep. Broken foot.
Well, and it wouldn't have gone so well either because he was naked and didn't have any of his weapons.
No, I still had my weapons.
He was just naked.
No, I wasn't even naked at that point. It wasn't until after that.
Because you broke your foot, started screaming. The Eldritch Blast happened. You broke your foot. You were screaming, and she was just like, "Crap!"
She
stuff
had gone and talked to you, then came and talked to me.
No, we ended with me getting knocked unconscious.
Yeah. She went back to you.
Yeah. At the end of it,
right before she knocks me out. Okay.
Yeah. So that was one of those. Like that whole thing was just that was the clusterfuck.
One of
the many.
Because I failed on the performance to try to get back to my weapons that were a few feet
when the
away
cart's
from
ground
me.
to a stop. I forgot about that.
Yeah, and instead of being able to just roll, grab, and go, it's nope, you fall flat on your face.
Right? Because once again, the dice say no.
Yep.
Not just no, but fuck no.
The dice, I think it's hilarious that sometimes the dice love y'all, and sometimes the dice is just like,
ain't
nah,
happening.
fuck all y'all. Any kind of plan you had, fuck it.
Mm-hmm.
You want to jump out this? You want to jump out this roof? Off this roof? No, you're gonna tumble off the roof.
And you're gonna break a few things on the way down. Because you know why? Fuck you.
Right?
Thankfully, we haven't tried that one.
Oh, I figure it's coming. I figure it's coming.
I added the yet. I'll probably be the one to. I can make this.
Athletics, that one.
Yeah,
I made it.
If it's to do with acrobatics, I have a better chance.
And then it's gonna.
Mine would have been trying to jump like roof to roof. Athletics. Get halfway.
To the fucking
Alec
Wile E. Coyote in the middle.
Alakir's
That's just an outline in the ground.
Alakir's is the one who runs, jumps just kind of full on, just dive over midway through, does some parkour shit and lands on the other side. And then that one's
Yep.
And slides off the
right. goes to stick the landing, and there's a nat one. And there goes Alakir. Also, there's another Wile E. Coyote hold right next to the Rathman.
And Asha just walks up over both of them, shaking her head. Which one of you idiots am I healing first?
Or that, or she looks down at y'all in the hole and turns, and there's a hole right there and goes through too. Because that's the way this group works. It's all or nothing.
I mean, really, it is.
It's either you all pass or you all fail.
No.
Not always. Just
these first couple of games were very much you all pass or you all fail. But
that's teamwork.
But this was, like I said, the worst part about this one was the stone curse.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the rest of it was just really poor choices.
I mean,
so
what?
In retrospect, kicking a metal cage was probably a bad idea in the first place.
So did y'all actually think that this town was the town y'all were looking for?
I didn't know if it was or not. I figured it was. We needed to check.
Yeah,
true.
It was one of those. I had that little bit of hope that it was the right one, but
I also kind of figured our luck would say it wasn't.
Yeah.
I'd hoped it was, but again, really at that point it was, hey, there are houses there and we could stay the night.
Yeah, and we wanted to make sure we got across the river.
Away from the goblins.
Away from the goblins, yeah.
It all comes back to goblins.
It does.
So yeah, what about y'all? Anything for me? Because I know there's probably questions on this episode a lot.
How did you feel when that first card died?
Oh, the very first
Brian.
Poor Brian.
Yeah, honestly, I was like, okay, they're not going to attack these guys. They're going to, this way they can keep their armor and everything. As long as they don't show they were a threat, y'all guys could have kept all your stuff. And
we got you.
Yeah, y'all completely got me. It went blast. I was like, oh shit.
I mean, come on, we were like level 1, 2.
Yeah, we're 2 at that point.
Level 2 adventurers. We haven't got that much fucking experience.
And it was that whole thing of, as soon as she went, give me the information. He was like, I'm not gonna tell you shit. Well, there goes Brian. And the bad thing is, I didn't have a name for him at first. I just
you just threw one out there.
Picked the name out the top of the goddamn air. And I was like, all right.
Brian.
And then next thing you know, I was like, hey, his name's Brian. Next thing you know, well, there goes Brian. And I'm like, well, shit, I gotta do this. Anyone else have any questions on this episode?
So, I got another one.
Okay.
If by some chance we had cooperated, what would have happened?
It would have ended up being like a stealth, like more stealth, trying to break out and get away under cover of darkness, more than like straight up a fight. And there would have been a chance for like Sarah to talk more and divulge a little bit more information.
I knew from what she told me that we were in a caravan headed to Crystaldale.
Right.
And that was about the extent of it. I think she mentioned something about a black market for the Dark Elf.
Yep, because she was going to take Alec here and Asha. Actually, she was going to take all 3 of you to Cloud Hollow.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Which, another lore moment, Cloud Hollow is a floating city in the eye of a hurricane in the southeast part of the world.
Almost wasn't floating at one point in time.
That's a goddamn Zan.
I was going to say.
The Ranger, again.
Looking at Zanlos here.
I want to tell Sam, I'll be like, hey, you need to listen to this episode. You need to catch up, then listen to this episode, because we talk about you a lot.
We do. And spoilers, so definitely catch up.
Yeah. Like I said, Cloud Hollow is a floating city in the middle of a hurricane, which is the place for all things
sneaky,
black market, all your rogues, all your pirates, and any kind of underhanded shit you want to do, that's the place to do it. But getting in is the hard part. Unless you know people. After you get in,
Then
you're
getting
good.
out might be the hard part.
Oh,
Gravity will get you out.
I think you can get out multiple ways. Most time it's, getting thrown off.
Well, I mean, do you want to survive it?
Right. They actually have coliseums. They have all kinds of fun shit there. But, it just depends on what you want to do there. But that's where she was planning on taking y'all. Because she's going to take Rathbun to the Coliseum and make him a gladiator, essentially.
I am Spartacus.
Asha was probably going to go to the red light district and
That would
Alakir.
have ended badly.
Right. And Alakir was going to get sold to the highest bidder.
She didn't learn her lesson with Brian on that one.
No. I mean, just with Asha's demeanor.
No, I know. I'm just... You've already killed one guard.
That's true.
Say, someone paid for me, I'll kill you too. Come to the door. This is going to be a love in the Elder's Blast. Run!
Right to the dick.
Would that be before or after you take the money?
Honestly, at that point, wouldn't be worried about the money.
There'd be plenty of money after.
But then you'd have a whole city of Cloud Hollow to deal with, which that would have been hilarious too.
Yeah, let's not do that.
So, any other questions?
That was before we slept for the night, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got knocked out. That's why the
Yep.
slip happened.
It wasn't restful, though.
Right. So, any other questions?
No.
I think the next episode's the big one.
Episode 4. Dude, where's my stuff? Name alone already sets the tone for this episode.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, hell, starting off with this one, you guys are armorless, weaponless.
Caged.
Asha's tied up.
No, I was chained.
I was naked.
Alakir's naked.
For now.
Eventually, Alakir gets close.
Yeah, they throw clothes at you and tell you to put them on.
Yeah.
Because they got tired of seeing you naked.
I got tired of looking at your gray ass.
The guards did.
Yeah. Rathbun makes a friend.
Hey. What else was I going to do trapped in a cage?
A short-lived friend, yes.
Poor Charles. Rest in peace.
Alakir gets released, right? Yeah.
He poofs out.
Oh, no. He didn't get released. He talks to...
She offered me a job,
Sarah
yes.
offers Alakir a job. And that goes about as well as you would think. Still goes par for the course of Dicey Fate. Realize that they've been going in circles.
Yep. One of my actual good survival roles.
Right. And suddenly, after some more talks, they start hearing growls and... Well, actually, not even growls. They start hearing screams
Squelches.
and squelches. Which, that's a lovely noise. From there, the group starts getting free.
Some faster than others.
Alakir pops out. Rick gets free. Asha's the last one to get free.
Nope.
No, Rathbun's the
Nope.
last one to get free. Oh, that whole that whole, and then that fight starts with the shambling mound, and Alakir's trying to be stealthy.
Mm-hmm.
Rick does not let that happen for too often.
No, and I also got stuck having to use a damn crossbow.
Oh
Hate
yeah,
those fucking things.
and that fight goes fairly well. As that fight goes on, Sarah going to jump off the Like she was going to jump off the cart and roll the nat 1.
It's not just us, folks.
Yep.
Mostly us.
And like she hit hard. And then my favorite part is the wagon long dart.
Yes.
Because I couldn't catch y'all. Like, there's no way the Shambling Mound could catch y'all.
I was still caged, so.
Yeah, because like right after it got thrown, that's when Raffin finally broke out.
I was the last of the party.
And that's right, because Raffin was like, I should have just stayed in the cage. And because like really, I couldn't have caught y'all. Y'all were all, the Shambling Mound only has like 20 feet of movement. True. And even on a dash, it's only 40. Y'all
as long as we keep dashing.
Y'all could have outpaced the Shambling Mound real quick.
But
that didn't happen. Y'all fought it.
We needed our stuff.
Tried.
Yeah.
Some of us tried and got.
But you got wrapped up in it. Oh, and then Charles dies.
R.I.P. Charles.
And we got the whole bitch, where's my stuff?
More specifically, bitch, where's my fucking stuff? Or no, you fucking bitch, where is my fucking stuff?
As they're both they're both underneath a cart.
You get called a cunt.
And then Alakir gets called a cunt because the stuff's on top of them. And he's like, all right, cool. She ran off the opposite direction because she's like, fuck this shit. We got a cart thrown on top of us.
Yeah, and I think
Alakir passed out. Alakir got knocked out.
Edric had to get him back up.
To, heal him. And then it was start looking through everything. And in Dicey Fate fashion, everybody else got something back but Alakir.
Yeah, because I found my sword and shield in Asha's backpack.
Yep.
I think all of my stuff got found, and I wasn't anywhere around.
Yeah. And I couldn't find any of my stuff, so I was stuck using that damn crossbow.
And yeah, that fight happens. It wasn't like a super difficult fight because the Shambling Mound couldn't get close enough to y'all fast enough.
It got close enough to me.
Yeah, no,
I got engulfed.
Yeah.
Well, that's because you were in one of the lead carts too.
And then after that fight was over, you guys got some sleep. Talked to Edric some.
Asked him where we needed to go, and he pointed deeper in.
And when you woke up the next morning, you guys found Foxwood.
Yeah.
Like overnight.
Yeah.
Went to sleep, woke up. Hey, there's a town. What the hell?
Some things is best not to question.
I mean, we can question it, but we're not going to know the answer.
I don't know. That may be my question for the DM later on was, whose fucking shift was it actually on?
I mean, yeah, that's true. We can ask.
Did we take shifts?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, y'all did. I don't remember who had that shift because someone rolled like horribly and went to sleep on the shift.
Oh, I can't remember who that was.
Was it me? Or was it Edric? Because I think Edric might have taken a shift too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think it might have been.
I think it might have been
Raffin.
I'm honestly, I mean, we could ask.
I could have been awake and wouldn't have noticed that we were in a different part of the town.
But Raffin's
what do you
perception,
mean there's a giant boar heading towards us?
I mean, we could always ask. We gotta get Stephanie to be like lore keeper just to keep. But yeah, you found.
Yeah, and that's the case. If that's the case, we're gonna have to yell at our lore keeper.
Like lore keeper. She's gonna be like, "Oh goddamn." Okay. Yeah, we'll probably ask before we just decide.
Yeah.
So yeah, y'all met the Foxwood and y'all found the sword.
went well.
And this was hilarious too. The strength character couldn't make a strength save to pull the sword out the damn stone.
None of us could. Even as
So
a
we
group.
all tried together.
And that worked well.
Hey,
And that's when y'all met.
it accelerated the timeline.
Yeah, that's when the Wraith popped into existence
Yep.
and called us unworthy.
And then initiative happened. And that's where we ended that episode, was on initiative.
And then didn't we roll it?
Then we
Yes.
rolled initiative to start the next game. So,
I mean,
You can't have
for
enough.
context, the next game was a month later.
That's true, but still. You know.
So, we're back at this section again. Ask away. Okay, so
I already asked mine, so
I didn't.
Well,
Yeah.
Let's start with
Like,
DM asking
asking.
players, and then we'll go back to everybody asking the DM and put him on the spot.
I mean, I'm cool being put on the spot, but so
What questions do we have?
so for you guys, were y'all worried the Shambling Mound was going to kill y'all?
I
Flashed across my mind as I was being engulfed.
I was worried the Shambling Mound was going to kill Rathman.
I think I was the only one who had any legitimate concerns at that point.
no, I still had concerns because I wasn't really great on health because I had already been crushed by a horse and cart.
Yeah, you were okay.
You were like at like 2 hit points. Like
Yeah,
that.
I think Edric only gave me like 2 hit
You
points.
were okay.
And because I couldn't find any of my stuff, I couldn't get a potion, I couldn't get a healer's kit, I couldn't do anything.
they had a whole bunch of stuff back there. I mean, y'all were looking for a specific, so. Oh man. So Raffin's over here like, oh my god, I'm gonna die.
Hey, there's Charles.
Oh my god, that's just half of him.
Oh, the Shambling Mound's like. I was almost expecting y'all to start throwing magic at this thing, and I was waiting for a couple of divine smites. I was waiting for.
I had to be able to get an attack in
I
first.
think we
Yeah,
only
sure.
ended up with Eldritch Blast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought about using Hail of Thorns, but I think this was another fight. I wound up switching to a dagger or something else that I could
Ye-
find.
Well, yeah, because you had the crossbow, and for a while you used that as a club too.
Right.
Yeah. Because I hate the loading property.
Okay. Who? Okay. 'Cause I know someone cast a spell on it, to where it got. It was Asha. Asha cast the spell, to
And I
where
think
it was
Edric.
afraid.
Oh, no,
No,
that
no,
was
no,
Edric
that-
that frightened me.
Yeah.
Edric.
Edric frightened it.
Edric frightened it, and so it started running away from. That's why.
That's when it ran over me because it was
Yeah.
running
'Cause
away
it was
from
running
him.
away.
And I'm like, whoa!
Is it good? So
Well, that just happened.
that was
Because,
Edric's
you were
fault.
trying to flank it,
Yeah.
and then Edric made it afraid, and it ran right towards you.
I was like, sweet, I'm going to flank.
Oh.
Hi?
It was just that whole thing. It was like, oh no! And Edric goes charging after it with the flame sword.
Mm-hmm.
No, I didn't have a flame sword.
Did he not have a sword yet?
No,
Because y'all hadn't. Yeah, that's right. Because y'all hadn't hit level 3 yet.
no, we hadn't.
Y'all didn't hit level 3 until
The end
After
of this.
that.
the end of
Yeah.
that episode.
No.
That was before I started putting that in the notes.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
because y'all they hit at the episode. Y'all hit level 3 before going into fighting
Mm-hmm.
The Wraith.
the Wraith.
Hmm.
Just didn't have some of the effects until after.
Right.
Right.
But I'm trying to think what else. And because okay, I got one for Rathman. If Charles would have survived, would you have tried to talk to him into coming with y'all?
Yeah. As far as I knew, he was my friend. We could have used an extra person.
That would have been hilarious.
And what else was he going to do? The rest of them were all dead.
Well,
Or ran off.
Yeah. Because Sarah and one other
Brother.
survived.
Right.
Yeah.
She ran off a totally different direction. She was like, screw this shit.
And he didn't know where she went, so...
I mean, and there is always a possibility she's still stuck in that fucking forest.
Y'all would have ended up having a new NPC.
I'd have talked him into the guard. You know, that would have played out.
I mean, who knows?
Yeah.
But all we know is now Charles is dead.
R.I.P. Charles. You done him dirty.
I mean, he survived for a while, too.
I mean, to be fair, he didn't survive as long as the other Charles.
The other Charles is still, well, probably dead now.
Yeah, but
And he died of old age.
Yeah.
This Charles
Got
died by
crushed.
shambling mound.
He definitely survived longer than the one guard that stayed in with me.
Oh, yeah.
That Edric ran through as you were choking him out.
Yep. Hey, he's the one that picked to stay there.
Yep.
I asked who wanted to die first.
The intimidation rolls for that one was really good. I gotta admit. I mean, in playing in the whole Shatterkai.
Yeah. The want to see a trick?
Teleport. And then choke him out.
Yeah. Teleport directly into a chokehold.
The bad thing is, that would have played out so much different if he would actually rolled high enough to break free.
Yeah.
That would have actually been a fight until Edric came in there. And that one and Edric going crazy and stabbing the dude over and over and over and over and over again.
Yeah.
We all have our moments.
The poor guy who's like been prisoner and everything else is finally snapping at some point. You know, it happens.
Palpatine, yes, let the hate flow through you.
Oh, he let it all out on that dude.
Good, my young Padawan.
Good. But anyway, so what about y'all from me?
That was the episode where we were all talking in Draconic.
Oh, and Draconic.
Did anybody understand us?
No. Not one of them.
Because I think besides... So, Common, Elvish, and Draconic, I think, are ones that we would all share, most likely.
Elvish is more common than Draconic.
Yeah.
But yeah, no one in the...
Because I didn't think y'all
that
would
was
have known Abyssal.
No.
No.
I think those are literally the only three I know. So.
I got Celestial.
I don't think I have Celestial. I know I have Draconic, I think Dwarvish, Giant, Elvish. I have a lot of languages.
I speak Common and
but-
Good.
I don't know what all languages I've got at the moment. My character.
But
I
yeah.
think you have some ASL from Sprig.
Oh yeah, I do
Yeah.
have the ASL.
Yeah. So yeah, no one understood y'all.
Because
But I do have.
that was one of
I
the,
also have Goblin. I do remember that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that came in handy.
It did. Why the fuck do I know Goblin? I don't know. It seemed like a good thing to learn. God, do I wish I knew something else now? We're gonna
Because
run.
that was a thought we had while we were all talking, is wondering if anybody was listening in on us. So
So yeah, no one was.
we could have talked about all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, I could have. So any other questions? I know you said you had one. I didn't hear it.
Well, no, I'd already asked it. The whole question about... Because I asked it at the very beginning. Shit. It's like I almost want to go back in the audio now to hear it. Because now I can't remember.
Thank you, ADHD and other things. Because I can't remember it either.
Well, hell. The mystery of that
Damn it.
question. I remember you saying it, and like I didn't, like I was talking, I didn't hear what you had said at all.
No, because I'm pretty sure you answered it.
Did I?
Yeah.
Wow, I answered the question. I didn't realize I answered it.
Woohoo.
Because it was before we had even gotten to
Yeah.
asking the questions. It was back when we were discussing the
Oh,
episode.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember what I had even said.
Well,
Well,
guess that's four of us.
Yeah.
we'll figure it out when it comes in. So, any other questions on that one?
Were there any other possibilities for things we were going to fight?
Yeah, there was a couple other ones I had. Because at one point I was going to have y'all, depending on how it rolled, y'all were going to end up in the spider's den.
Mm. That would have been great.
We were going to fight the spiders anyway.
Is it too late to go turn this in for the bounty?
And then, there was one other one. What was it? There was one other one I had that it was another bigger type monster.
Bear owl.
I mean, the owlbears were a possibility in there at one point, but I was like, I knew I wanted to bring them in later.
They were okay.
And I don't remember what it was, because there was a bigger monster I had. Like, it was going to be more of a chase scene. Like, I was going to have it to where y'all were going to have to, like, run from this thing. I want to say it was going to be like a chimera or a manticore or something like that. Something that y'all literally had to, like, haul ass and run from.
Would have been fun if it was a chimera. In all honesty, for me.
Would
have gotten to use one of my minis.
I mean, because and I had the manticore. I think it was the manticore, because it was something that, like,
you had the mini.
I had the mini, like, with me. And there was one other one. I know there was another one too. It was like a 1% chance of y'all finding this character in the woods. And I know y'all found him at a later time.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah.
The guy that we saw and left.
Yeah.
Well, he's like, he has lore on him.
Probably a good thing we dodged him.
But he's a character that can be in any of the games. So I don't want to give too much information on him. But just know he was he was kind of a lore character, and
we were terrified at the time, so we just left.
So, but yeah, no, he was actually. There was a chance that he was going to be there, and the fight would have been a whole different situation. Good
or bad?
For us.
Depending on how y'all talked to him. Because he could have gone...
So at least more of an Orem style situation.
Right. So yeah. No, I mean, really, truly, unless y'all have anything else.
So what would it have taken to be worthy?
It was mostly you trying again, just by yourself. Because the sword saw y'all as cheating, trying to
pull it out as a group.
When the weapon is supposed to be for one champion.
What would the role have taken to have been able to pull it out?
I had it written down. Because it's like...
Because some of us rolled kind of high.
Right. I honestly, on top of my head, I can't remember the challenge rating. Or not challenge rating, but the DC.
DC.
But it was a high number.
I'd say at least 15. Because I don't think any of us got higher than...
I thought one of us got an 18.
Then maybe it was a DC 20.
It's possible.
It might have been about DC. Honestly, because I know, like, stuff like that, it's just about DC 20, 21. Because I'm like, there's still a chance for any one of y'all to pull it out, but...
Yeah, because it was athletics, right?
Yeah.
Again... Yeah. I think I was the 18, though. I can't remember.
I don't remember who was.
It's been a minute.
With a DC 20, I would have had to have rolled, I think the athletics is only like +2 22.
Yeah, mine. I would have had
Because I'm not
14.
proficient in athletics.
So I think it was like a 20. Because I knew I wanted it to be hard, but I knew I didn't want it to be impossible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I knew I wanted one of y'all to have this weapon.
Didn't go to the NPC this time.
Which that's the one too. We haven't met him yet. We haven't met him at all in this game.
Nope. There's a few other NPCs we haven't met in this rendition yet either.
Yeah. Which again, yeah. But yeah, so without further ado, shall we jump into episode 5? Another great pun. A good night's rest. Wonder who this one's about.
Couldn't be the night at all.
Yeah.
Technically, I'm just a guard.
Closest one of the group to being a knight.
Depends. Are we talking about bad guys standing in front of us? He's probably the closest one right now.
Right. So yeah, with this one, this fight was actually really good.
I'm sorry. I skipped ahead in my mind. The round of crit fails.
Yeah. That was this fight, wasn't it?
Where we're all pretty much just matrix dodging each other.
Yeah, all 3 of y'all.
It was the whole.
And then I come in and killed the.
And then Asha's like,
Because even Edric was in on that too.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Asha was the only one who hit that round.
it was all y'all like in this like weird melee. Because in my head, I saw that scene being,
I guess they weren't all crit fails, but they were all misses.
they were, none of them were crits.
No, they were.
No,
all-
we just all
I
missed
think at least
gloriously.
one of them was a crit miss. I think it might have been one of mine.
Was this the one where? This was the one where he like critically hit, wasn't it? And didn't put the no.
Yes. No.
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 That was another one because you defined smite in this one.
Yeah.
No, this is the one where he gets thrown into me.
Yeah.
He gets
Where-
picked up and
Where the Wraith picks up a motherfucker and hits another motherfucker. with it.
Right.
Grappled me by my throat.
And then slammed him in the
Yep.
Alakir. But
Hey, I do good damage though. I
Yeah.
hit for 16, so
because the Wraith turns around in that fight, and I saw it as the Wraith in the middle of Alakir, Rathbin, and Edric. And in my head, it was the whole like him slashing like Alakir, like dodging out the way, trying to come in with a knife, and all of a sudden, him slashing at Rathbin. Rathbin's like blocking,
Yeah.
and they're all attacking back, and he's just super agile. So
and then he misses.
you're getting this like kind of real cool like 3-on-1 thing to where it makes him look like even more of a badass that you guys can't hit him to save your life. You can't hit the dead guy.
It made us look like Agent Smith trying to hit Neo after he got his powers unlocked.
Right. And then here comes Asha. After
I had a dagger.
was it the dagger that killed him?
Her mithril dagger.
Was it the mithril dagger? It was the mithril dagger. After all that, slashing block, slashing dodge, slashing block, slashing. Everybody missing. Asha walks up, stab, dead. It's like
We weakened him for you.
I mean, and he was actually he was technically y'all's first real boss fight.
Yep.
Because he did hurt, because he hit y'all hard.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Later on that night, we found out that he
that
was
was
actually
Rifle.
my uncle.
Right?
Hey, we buried the skeleton before that. Though.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
But we could at least put a name to it there.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm saying at least we were polite to it before we found out the name.
True.
And And this is what I laugh at too, because Alakir picks up picks up Destiny's song.
Yep.
Which I was like, I was halfway expecting Rathbun to.
I was about to when he spoke up.
I was quicker on the draw on that one, yeah. But that was because the last rendition we had given it to the NPC because everybody else already kind of had their own thing going on.
Right.
But this time I was like, who is going to take it? Well, you described it as an elven longsword. Okay, I can use that.
And once again, the Shatter Kai takes the magic weapon because another lore drop from the game Doesn't Die, the game that has Alakir's father, Raytheon, in it 300 years ago. They ended up fighting a wraith.
Yeah.
A frozen wraith. And that fight that fight was fun. I'm not going into the full story of that one. I'm not going into the shield bashing.
Sounds like you are.
That's all I'm saying. The shield bashing. They ended up killing the wraith and getting a sword called Icing Fang. No one else in the party
wanted to touch it.
But
granted, you had a druid that really didn't use weapons at that point.
Had an idiot druid.
The paladin was more concentrated on other ways of fighting. And I think
the bard didn't want it.
Yeah, the bard didn't want it. And I think Crow was already gone.
No, Crow was still there.
Crow was still there at that point?
Yes.
I thought...
Yeah, Crow was still there because Crow left a little bit after that.
Oh, yeah, because... But yeah, he usually used, what was it, a hand crossbow?
Crossbow.
Yeah.
Well, actually, it was a wrist-mounted crossbow.
Yeah.
Which Crow had a really cool weapon. But
yeah, that was what made Raytheon multi-class from an arcane archer fighter into a blade singer wizard.
Right. But then we had, and so, like father, like son.
Kill a wraith, steal a sword.
Yep.
So from there, they ended up going to Ryfon's estate.
Yeah.
And all the fun stuff happens, and what does Rathbun get?
All I got was a good night's rest.
There you go.
He didn't get a creepy fox dude
Giving
him a book.
I didn't get a creepy dragon energy egg that I absorbed into my body.
None of that.
Not a flame sword, none of
Yeah,
that.
I didn't set my curtains on fire either.
And as they went through, they searched the house, or they searched the town.
Yeah. Found a few random potions.
Asha found 6 healing. I found 1 random dark red.
That is.
All you know is it looks like healing.
Yeah.
And then they buried.
Well,
the
no, it's
apothecary.
detect magic essentially. So it is.
Yeah,
it is healing.
healing.
It just
Don't know how
undeterminate.
Right.
much. We'll roll the die on that one at a later date.
They found y'all buried the body.
Yeah. Well, all the
bodies. Yeah, all the bodies of people y'all found
that weren't frozen statues that we did try to save,
right.
But to either bury or save, but that didn't work.
From there, and like I said, you guys stay at the house. I can't remember if it was Asha first or Alec. It was Asha first.
It was Asha first.
Asha got the...
Yeah, because I had first watch. She relieved me. She had the shadow figure show up.
And didn't go back to sleep because I was terrified.
Yeah, and then I had last watch.
And Alec here could hear the
heartbeat.
The heartbeat.
From the basement that wasn't there before.
Right.
No, it was there. It was
it?
Yeah, it was there.
Okay.
The entrance was visible on the outside.
Right. They went down there, found a dragon statue,
Yep.
with the egg in it. Alakir absorbed the egg. And from there came the little Drake named Omni.
Yep.
Who is summoned twice.
Yep.
Well, I mean, technically, I can summon her multiple times.
Well,
Yeah,
Introduced
but your
twice.
first summon was
Yeah.
twice.
Yep. The first summon was,
yeah.
it's like, hey, not yet. Which I forgot to talk to you about that when I wanted to wait until
Yeah.
this scene.
Well, not just that. You after Omni was summoned, you came back and said that she wasn't.
Right. Like I said, that's where I wanted to. I should have talked to
Yeah.
him, and I forgot.
Yeah, because I had originally tried to summon her during the fight
Right.
before we had that scene.
And then that's also when they found out that it was Rifon,
Mhm.
and he got to see Issa,
Yeah.
his mom.
More of my crappy roles that made me not
this guy looks
recognize my own
familiar,
mother.
but I can't put a finger on it.
This lady.
This little girl, because she was young.
She was a girl.
Yeah, she was a little girl.
This girl is familiar somehow.
Yeah. I mean, but granted, she still actually had her. Was it right arm or left arm that was replaced with the Magitech?
Fuck.
I thought you said right.
I want to say right, but let me look back at my notes when I get home
Yeah.
because I don't have it on here.
I don't remember.
Yeah, but she actually still had. No, it is her left. It's her left because I remember talking about it in one of the other one shots. Because I always go Magitech right arm, so I always go with something weird with the right arm. So I went with left with her on that one. I do remember that. I didn't have to look at my notes. I'm shocked.
Oh, I'm so proud.
But
I mean, it's only your
sorry.
universe.
The one shot made me think of don't antagonize the dragon.
yes.
Remember that well, Zenlos.
Yeah, but to be fair, that was I forgot what's the Alan.
That was Stephanie's
That was
Yeah.
Stephanie's character. I remember my tiefling was Tashi, so yeah,
then
that
we
was
had-
that was the Alan saying to Tashi,
Don't
"Don't
antagonize,
antagonize the dragon."
because it was during the Albion War, which is again, I know you guys have heard me say that too. The Albion War is again the reason, all this other stuff is going on because Rathbin disappeared for 2 years with the rest.
Wraithen.
Yep,
I did say Rathbin.
you did.
I was like, I don't remember waiting for this.
I imagine as soon as I said,
Let me update my character notes.
I'm sorry.
I disappeared
Wraithen.
for 2 years.
Raytheon disappeared for 2 years, and during that time, Albion took over a whole bunch of stuff, and pretty much called in the 5 worst chromatic dragons he could get a hold of.
I mean, in Raytheon's defense, it was only 3 months for him.
Right. Because they got taken
And he had to have his Rocky montage.
Right. They got taken to the Dragon God's island, and which is on a god plane, and were trained there to fight Albion, because the last time they fought Albion, it did not go well.
No, not at all.
The whole party got KO'd.
Pretty much.
But granted, it was story driven, because they fought an astral. They fought an astral version of him too,
Yep.
and they almost died in that fight.
Yep. But no, the one where we all went down storyline wise was the one down in the Undercity
That was in Silver.
when Raytheon took the 2 breath attacks at the
Yeah.
very end of it.
That was
2
in Silver-
rounds in a row.
That was in Silver Shade.
Yeah. Using that resistance for a round.
And so yeah, the Albion War, we had one shots, and during the one shots, that's where we got the whole. We've had multiple players come in for different one shots. We've had the one with the white dragon, which was
Don't antagonize the
don't
dragon.
antagonize the dragon as it was on the ceiling. Because that's not scary or nothing. Then we had the Draco Lich.
That was fun.
Would that be the same Dracolich that
Yep.
our druid had
Yep.
professed himself to save his own life?
Yes, that was exactly the same one. And we still have a couple of one-shots left with that one.
Yep, still have that character stashed away.
Because we got a black
Ditto.
dragon and a green dragon still fighting. So, who knows? We could actually...
The Chaos Rangers character for that one decided to ride the dragon. Or ride the Dracolich, I should say.
That was a blood hunter.
Yeah, but it was
still...
same player.
Yeah. Note to self, don't ride a dragon.
Don't antagonize a dragon. Don't ride a dragon. What can you do with a dragon?
Fight it.
Worship.
That too.
And if we had a bard here,
Well, hey,
That's what
hey,
Diccy
I was
Tate
a-
does.
I was a bard lock. It didn't go that far.
hey, we know a monk who ended up sleeping with a dragon. That happened like at least 1,000+ years ago, and that character's name was Niven. Or Niven,
I mean, there was multiple that slept with a dragon.
right? There's been a lot of characters that slept with. Most of them slept with gods, though.
That's true.
I don't know if that's worse or.
I mean, to be honest, one of them was a bard.
Oh crap! There was, wasn't it?
Marzana was a bard.
Slept with the god of death.
Seems like the best one out of the whole bunch.
He was really laid back. Cool. Until you call him a bitch.
And then he decapitates you and eats your soul.
Was that the cauterize the wound?
Yes.
Yes, that was totally to cauterize the wounds.
That's what I thought it was.
I really hope he listens to this. I want him to. Just so he can at least have a laugh if he remembers. But we're not naming names, so we're going to go with there. So, after all that was said and done, the next morning they do find the armor.
Yeah.
Which they still have.
Yes.
Yeah, I think Alexander had it.
Yeah, still carrying it.
The rusted half plate.
No.
It's not rusted.
Was
The
it
other
full
one.
plate? Or?
No,
it
it
was
was
this half plate?
It was half plate.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
I think it's like a half, just like a breastplate.
What he had
mostly
on was the rusted,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
and we buried him.
This
with
was
that.
like the ceremonial.
It was the ceremonial
Yeah, that's right. Because we offered it to Edric, and he said he didn't feel right wearing it yet.
because of the fact that it has the royal crest
Yeah.
right on the.
And then I got my uncle's diary.
Yep.
Yep.
I got playing cards.
Yeah, we got a pack of playing
Again,
cards.
I just got a good night's rest.
Hey, you didn't stay up and play cards with me.
You didn't offer to invite me.
You were sleeping at that time, and I didn't want to wake you up. Just because I didn't want anybody else to have a fun.
I was the only one still asleep. You woke up Edric to keep an eye on me.
Well, yeah, because you had just come off a watch.
And then, as you guys are trying to find a way out of the woods, y'all come across the guy whistling to himself at a campfire,
Mm-hmm.
and y'all circumvent that whole thing.
Yes.
Um,
I'm sure that guy might show up again later, possibly.
and then y'all found the tower
Yep.
Yep.
and went the opposite direction of said tower
Yes.
and started heading for Stormshore. And that's where pretty much y'all wrapped up, episode 5. Was heading to Stormshore.
That's okay. Looking back, the only reason we found that guy was yet another poor survival roll from our ranger. Another nat one.
Yep.
So,
Turned it into an 8. I mean, I'll give you that with your modifier.
Right. So, in this one, I was going to say, Raffin, how'd you feel getting a good night's rest the whole time?
I mean, I woke up well rested, ready to go for the next day. I didn't have any creepy stories.
I was going to ask that one too. So, how's Asha feeling about meeting
the faceless fox dude? Terrified. Absolutely terrified.
Because you never saw his face, but you know he has eyes because they did glow.
No, they didn't.
Yeah. Don't we talk about that?
Faceless.
Oh, no, that's right. He was faceless.
Yeah, he was faceless.
Shadowed figure with 9 tails, no face.
Yeah, he was faceless.
Lays something in front of her and walks around the corner before vanishing.
So, yeah. Because he was tall, too.
Yeah.
Super tall.
And just kind of appeared out of nowhere.
And made no noise.
No, he made footsteps. He did make footsteps.
Not at first.
No. But he made footsteps.
Yeah, she hears slow footsteps behind.
Yeah.
And then it's the whole deal. Here's a book.
Right.
And then walks around the corner. Go look around the corner and there no one there. He gone.
Yeah. She was terrified.
I mean, after all the stuff like they've been through,
I mean,
being terrified is probably the best reaction.
To be honest, she didn't know. Did they fuck something up in here? What did they do? Should they have done some other kind of rite for any of these guys? Why the fuck is there a fox dude with no face?
And then he
sounds like it was your problem, though.
It was my problem.
Then he left the book and left.
I couldn't open that book either.
Another running gag. No, you can't read.
Sad noises.
Sad Clark noises.
That's another.
That was a great game.
That character, Clark, has had the worst luck with books.
I mean, yeah.
Found the book, got teleported to a mansion that he had to walk
virtual
through.
tour.
Essentially a virtual tour of a mansion.
My character's mansion.
Yep.
Another book ended up with a deal with the devil. Several deals with the devil, ultimately.
And then the one time he actually reads a book and can actually read the book.
And tries to show off and brag to everybody.
The barbarian walks up and slaps it out his hand saying, You know you can't read.
I can read, I promise.
And it was a running gag the entire game.
Yep.
And how's Alec here feeling during all this? Like, especially with, finding out about his mom. Like, this was essentially his, family, a family.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those, as Alec here as the character, felt very saddened, at the fact that finding out that, okay, we had just had to kill my uncle, but more the way he also feels about it is we got to lay his soul to rest.
Right.
Instead of him having to sit there and wonder and then getting to read the journal and finding out that, okay, he had made his last stand. Well, my father was still off training. It was a little heart-wrenching, but
right.
For me as the player, it was even more heart-wrenching because of the previous playthrough that we had. We had gotten this far to actually get here, and my uncle was actually still technically a living soul at that point.
Right.
Wasn't a wraith. Had just been resummoned by the sword.
Right.
And not just my uncle in that one. Most of the town had actually survived because of his protection and Destiny Song's protection.
Right. Yeah, because
It was totally different.
Yeah.
Because the original was our second playthrough, which would have been the first Ryphon had ended up taking Destiny's Song and like stabbing it into the ground and essentially having Destiny's Song put the entire village of Foxwood in a pocket dimension to get away from the white dragon that was attacking the village, and was the same white dragon that took Issa's left arm, which was a whole nother reason why Issa decided to mount a whole military force essentially against these 5 dragons was in Albion himself, because of the fact that this dragon took everything from me, which she didn't know that he was alive. But now, like, she got there she knew her brother had died this time around.
Yeah.
But it still sucks that knowing that
there was a possibility of him being alive.
Yeah. It was one of those small hopes I'd held out throughout, like when we found the town and he was like, okay, the sword's there. I was like, I might actually get to meet my uncle again. Nope, he's right this time.
The bad thing is, it was a 50-50.
Yeah.
It was honestly a 50. I rolled that morning before getting ready to come play the game. I was like, okay, I got to see. There's a 50-50 chance that it's going to be Foxwood is going to come back, or Foxwood was going to be destroyed and he was going to die too. And when I rolled, I'm like, kind of want to play Ryphon again. I was like, I got to stick with the die roll, because
it's dicey fate.
Yep.
Right. And like I said, this was a very fun episode again, just to sit there and have the group fight him, and this time have the characters actually get a whole moment of some mystical shit going on, a little bit of creepy,
a little bit,
and seeing that Ryphon actually had he had some expensive taste, because he had a dragon statue in his basement.
Yeah.
Don't know why he had a dragon statue in his basement.
I don't know. It was stated though that the basement was bigger than it should have been.
Right.
So maybe he didn't have it.
Maybe. It's one of those, we'll never know.
Yeah.
DM, did he have it?
Yeah. Was it actually a magically enchanted basement that my uncle put there, or did something else put it there?
Something else put it there. The whole basement was honestly there out of magic necessity, because there was a basement there. There's always been there was a basement there, but the fact that it was so big was more Alakir's
need.
Not even need, because of the fact that Raytheon had been so in tune with dragons and stuff like that, and same with Issa, and then on top of that, being around one of the champions of the dragon his whole entire life too, of one of the dragon gods, kind of started. It almost affected his not genetic makeup, but his
magical makeup,
his spiritual magical makeup.
Mm-hmm.
So when it was time for his powers to manifest, they came in as this giant dragon statue, essentially calling to him to, essentially birth this dragon.
Fucking Diccy.
That's just his dog.
Why did he bring his dog this time?
Or is he just using mimicry?
I mean, it could be. But yeah.
Diccy Tate the Kenku.
Or is Diccy Tate a mimic?
Oh, we're not going down there.
No, we don't need another Russell.
So, any other questions for me now?
Why the fuck did he have no face?
I honestly think that was like more of my fault, like an actual slip of the tongue. Because I wanted him just to be obscured in the shadow. And like you couldn't see his face because of the fact that it was completely dark and obscured. And I think I messed up on like the wording, which now
he's faceless.
That's even creepier, and I love it. And especially being like with Fox being tricksters and certain lore and stuff like that. I mean, that would fit right up the alley of a trickster, you know.
Yeah.
Hey, this is a creepy ass house that they're staying in tonight.
I'm gonna creep them out some more.
Creep them out some more. Here, I'm faceless. Like, oh goddamn!
I'm the boogeyman.
The bookie man.
No. He just breaks your fingers.
I was gonna say he breaks your legs.
No. That's a bookie. That is a bookie, not the bookie man.
Is he the keeper of the bookies?
Maybe.
I was gonna say, Raffin, you got anything? Or
I got a good night's rest. I missed everything.
I was gonna say, Jacob, you got anything? But Jacob's like, I slept.
I went to bed. Everything was cool. I woke up. Everything was not cool. I have no idea what happened in the middle.
I mean, it was still cool.
Hey, it's not like Clark. Problems. We told you what happened.
I mean, you guys had your stuff, and then all of a sudden we heard screaming from upstairs, yelling, no, and stomping. And
then got there. And
Edric set everything on fire in his room. Because he summoned his flaming sword again.
In his room.
With combustible materials.
Yeah. Hey, he's intelligent. Doesn't mean he's wise.
I'm neither.
I'm slightly both. But not charismatic.
I got all of that.
So anything
but
else?
That doesn't mean that I use it properly.
I mean, back-to-back nat ones in episode 1.
I mean, maybe.
I mean, so any other questions for me on this one? I know there has to be some other ones.
I mean, you've answered a lot of them because you know, why was Raytheon dead? Not Raytheon, Rifon.
Yeah.
Fuck you! You're doing it to me now too.
But yeah, for me, my question would have been about the Rifon situation and
right. Hell, we don't know if Raytheon's dead or not.
Nope, not yet.
The world may never know.
I only know that only one of them will ever come back.
Yeah. So,
whether it's mother or father, I don't
know. So, shall we go on to
TBD?
No. We named it all. We named it just a few minutes ago.
Lost and Found.
Episode 6, Lost and Found. This episode was... It was a little more lighthearted compared to episode 5.
Yeah.
Because episode 5 was...
Kind of a downer.
On that one.
Oh, there's several of these throughout.
Yeah.
It's not the biggest downer we've had so far.
Well, so far.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, this is where y'all find the caravan.
With more goblins.
More goblins.
Just what we need.
Because, you know, we like goblins.
Yeah, it went so well for us last time. We weren't sure we wanted to get involved.
This time y'all actually cleaned up fairly well with the goblins.
I
think we all
it
attacked
was,
from rage.
I think it was the rage that we had for those other goblins. We just stored it up and then lashed out.
We all had a little barbarian in us that day.
Everybody chose violence that morning.
That morning we woke up and every single one of us chose violence.
Yep.
Y'all met a woman.
At that moment, the goblins knew they had fucked up.
Y'all actually y'all didn't bury her husband.
No, we set him on
Set
fire.
him on
Yeah,
fire.
we turned
The whole thing became a
the
pyre.
carriage into a pyre, yeah. They had
Her
just
name was
left
Alendra.
Storm Shore.
Alendra
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
had just left Storm Shore. Was going back home.
Let's go back to Storm Shore.
Yeah, I mean, because we weren't real confident on our ability to defend her from more goblins.
And then the lake. Y'all came across the lake.
Yep.
And this is where all the fun stuff happens there.
Had some fishing time and
Asha.
Asha.
Asha. Good old Asha.
Asha done cast her line.
Good lord.
What you got there, Asha?
A bass?
Is
Or
really
is it-
bass?
Or is it a base?
There's no E at the end. It's not
Two
a
foot's
bass.
a little short for a base. Usually they have long.
I mean, might be gnomish.
A Nova's base.
Did we find Dickie Tate's base? Were we wrong all along?
Yeah, y'all did find Starpine Stronghold.
Yep.
Y'all went nowhere near it.
You saw it?
Asha found a bass. She caught a bass.
Yeah.
I found a big
Raven
chest.
found a chest with 200 platinum in it.
yep.
That was
Convenient timing.
that was actually that was one of the ones I rolled for.
Yeah.
And you guys, that roll was a low one. That was a 5% chance on a D100 to get that.
Well, I'll take it.
Well, you did.
There was actually some monsters that y'all could have pulled up out of the.
Oh, that would have been fun.
Oh,
It's actually kind of what I was hoping for. Other than just
Well, I mean,
regular
you
fish.
tried to.
I mean, yeah. But that was more noodling at that point.
Here, I got you.
I mean, was that more of you got it or it got you?
I think it got you at that point.
it started off with you got it and ended up with it got you.
Well, I mean, isn't that how noodling goes?
Some
You go to
days
get
it
it
is
and it
true.
gets you.
you. All the difference is you pull it out. It doesn't pull you under. I mean, unless that is big fish, which I've seen. So,
Yeah.
but yeah.
I think there was some pretty bad failures on pulling him back at that point, too. I think me and Edric both
Yeah.
failed. And it was
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
Asha
It was
pulling
just
him back.
Asha pulling.
As I'm failing my checks to
Yeah.
try to swim back.
Because the hands and the
Mhm.
whatever that creature was like, come here. And you did get free.
Well, because I finally let go.
Well,
I didn't want to let go.
I mean, and it tried to attack you as well.
Yeah.
So
And then
Seeing a theme here with the last run through, not wanting to let go.
is that a Alakir thing? I just don't want to let go of stuff.
Little hint. Alakir might have some attachment issues. Why do you think he has the pet mouse? Which, by the way, how is Ziggy doing?
Ziggy's fine.
He's immortal.
Um,
I'm not really going to test that. But.
and this is where they start sleeping and we get Omni. This is where we actually
Again.
get Omni. The official. This was supposed to be the official.
Yeah.
The official reveal.
Yep. We get the little green dragon.
No, it was the iridescent dragon.
The iridescent green.
Actually, both times I did describe her as the iridescent green, yeah.
Yep. So we have Omni now. Because Alakir's asleep in it. And Omni appears on his chest.
Yep.
So in the morning the party packs up. They end up running across the bear owls, as Rathbin calls them.
No, we all called them
Yeah.
that.
We all called them that because
Bear owls were unheard of.
exactly because we had only heard of them that bears that with owl faces.
Right.
That was the story we heard, and it was a secondhand story.
Yep.
Maybe third hand at that
Well,
point.
maybe, at least a secondhand story. So we didn't know what the fuck they were called, so they were bear owls.
Hey, those guys look like they were doing just fine. I'll have you guys know.
That's actually in the notes here.
They're okay.
That one dude gets like slaughtered.
Hey, it was all part of their plan. He was still good.
Yeah,
Major illusion.
He was the decoy.
He was the decoy, definitely, and they all ran.
Because remember, you don't have to be the fastest. Just don't be the slowest.
Right. Oh, so then they make it to Storm Sheriff. They make it actually 2 Storm Sheriff there.
Yeah. And we drop her off at the inn.
Yep.
And then we go to your temple first.
Yep. We go to
we stop by the Temple of Asteria on the way into town to go shopping.
Pray and all that fun stuff.
I walk away with a glow.
Yep. And Asha goes to the glowing Minotaur.
Yep.
I didn't get my fucking
A
quarterstaff.
metal quarterstaff.
I got a metal one, but I didn't
you-
get a collapsible one.
Because you broke the...
Yes.
You broke... In the goblin fight,
Yes.
Broke the wood one, yeah.
you nat one...
Yes.
Yeah, it was in that one and broke the quarterstaff. Then we
So
got...
I have a metal one and a wooden one.
And then didn't we wind up getting a bunch of free shit from that one store?
Alex
Just
here.
because they wanted to get me out of there?
Which one? Oh, the Phantom Outfitters.
Yeah, when I got like all the free arrows and daggers, like I barely paid anything for all that.
No,
I thought it was-
You bought
still
those at
glowing.
the glowing Minotaur.
That's still glowing Minotaur.
yeah.
Then
The
it went to Phantom Outfitters.
Phantom Outfitters wanted to be you.
Yeah.
True.
And Alec here, because Alec
You
here
got
got
studded
leather armor.
Which I don't have anymore. But
Then y'all go the eagle. Then it was the Eagle Eyes or the Platinum Dragon,
We went to the Eagle Eye.
and that's where y'all met.
Captain Cinderella.
No, you didn't meet Cinderella at Eagle Eye. Nilka. I met Nilka at Eagle Eye. Wasn't it?
no.
Mm-mm. He sent us to Nilka
Yeah.
after we met him at Eagle's Eye.
Oh, that's right, because the Eagle's Eye is in the red light district.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. I'm sorry. I had it backwards. Because that's where y'all met Sin,
Mm-hmm.
who was partying it up because
Long lost family friend.
Well,
yeah,
yeah.
Cinderella Adderwolf. Which the funny thing is, he was never supposed to be like a character in my world at all. He was a playable character I had for a whole nother game. And it fell apart.
Hmm.
And I love the character. Like, I love the character so much. That I was
mean, that's why there are several characters in here. Because I'm sure Tiny's around here somewhere. I'm not kidding. Tiny was fucking amazing.
yeah.
Oh, and I will say, if we ever make it to Crystal Dale and, get to see the guild that doesn't die started, they're going to see a bunch of characters that I never got to play.
Oh, yeah.
Because most of the guild I already have designed.
Yep.
Varying levels between 1 and 20 plus.
Because we have multiple characters that we actually made for a Doesn't Die guild, like set of like one shots because we needed something to do, and we never got around to it. So we actually have a lot of guild members for Doesn't Die.
Yeah, because I think originally we were going to try to run that one shot in between.
Yep.
And then it never happened before we started the first rendition of the podcast.
Yep. So then from there, y'all went to Adderwolf Couriers and Transport, where y'all met Nilka. Oh, and y'all met Vel,
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Sin's wife.
Cinderella's wife,
And Nilka's mother.
and Nilka's mother, who is a Tiefling, which is a Shadowkai and a Tiefling.
Scheifling.
Yeah. Weird name, but yeah.
I mean, if you go with Tiefling, it's a
Tiefkar.
or
Tiefgar.
a Sheefling.
A sheep.
Yeah, a Sheefling.
But
Teef Kai.
But Nilka, she's another character that changed from the
One
first
game
iteration
to another.
Mm-hmm.
Which I like Nilka more, and I like because I don't remember the first character's name.
I don't either.
Ari.
Yeah.
Ari.
The son. Yeah.
The son.
Yeah.
But Nilka just seems more like for the course. And because she actually has horns and elvish features and a tail.
Yeah.
So, she's a mix of both mom and dad. And then y'all needed money.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of money.
Yeah.
And
we were some broke bitches.
So y'all decided to go. That's when y'all decided to go look for local jobs.
Yeah, we went to the job board.
And that's where it's all because y'all had the bandits. Because that's when y'all found out. Because that would have been hilarious if y'all would have went to the.
Yeah, I'm
the
glad we
stronghold.
didn't go to the stronghold.
And the more spiders.
Yep.
Dragon Tail Island.
And then
Snakes in the sewer.
Yeah. The job in the sewer.
And then that's when Alakir found the need help.
Yeah, the note with the symbol on it.
Yeah.
And I think it had an address for somewhere in the warehouse district.
Down near the docks, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And then y'all went and got Nilka's. You got
Secured transport.
And on the way to go deal with the spiders, that's when y'all got the hooded figure.
Yeah, I just see this random hooded figure
in the shadows or in the alleyway,
and rolled just good enough on perception to see them go.
Say, I found you. And that was the end of that episode. Was I found you?
So yeah, lost and found.
Alakir, on this one, Tim, I gotta know, what was Alakir thinking hearing that one? Was he thinking about, was it me, or was it thinking that it was someone else?
I was seriously thinking because I didn't know if they were looking specifically at me or if they were looking at Edric and knowing that they had found Edric. That's honestly where Alakir's mind was going on that. Me as a player, knowing the way you do your weapons sometimes and the way they've worked for my parents. Yeah, I kind of had that little inkling of, oh shit, this is way too early on that one. Shit, I just got this damn thing.
It's like, why now? Because Asha and Rathman didn't see it.
No.
Nope. I'm oblivious to most things. Let's be honest here.
Oh man! So, what did y'all think? Like, Rathman coming out with a glow.
Honestly, he was worshiping. It's nothing special, really. I mean, it's a house of worship, and he went to pray. So
he prayed to his god,
and then he glows.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't need a light. I just need to pray.
Magic. Why the hell would a glow bother me?
True.
I had just absorbed 2 nights before a mystical magical egg. So
what's a glow?
Yeah.
So the other question: seeing Cinderella in this, what y'all guys think?
He was a character.
Yeah, definitely.
That was my first.
He was amusing.
Yeah.
Because I know, Tim, you got to meet...
He's always been one of my favorite characters, so.
Because, Tim, you got to meet, like, younger, more arrogant,
much more arrogant. and flamboyant
and way more like fuck everyone. I'm doing what I want.
Yeah, not the I'm going legitimate businessman that we got to meet this time.
Right.
Yeah,
legitimate could be
legitimate loose term, yes. But compared to the actual what would have been considered a sky pirate, the way he was,
and that's fair.
I mean, he was a pirate, but in a lot of ways, Raytheon and Doesn't Die probably looked at him more as a privateer. You know, they'll do the dirty work sometimes on the behest of, the lords, sometimes just for his own fucking free will.
Right.
Just for, shits and gigs. Let's go do this today.
Let's go rob these people. Why?
Because I wanna.
Yeah.
Just don't rob people with this logo.
I mean, it's one of those knowing, who he had as crew members before. I was kind of like, oh man, I wish this person had been, a race that would have lived longer, because I know they're probably not around anymore. Damn it.
Right.
Because the person that worked on his ship originally, she was a gnome?
She was a gnome.
But probably still would have passed away like 100 years ago. Something
Right.
like that. Because she was already pretty old.
Because she was already an older gnome. Anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, that's possible, but they live around 500 years, so.
Yeah, she wasn't there at that point, because especially now that he's gone legit. And
man, she made some badass fucking items.
And then the barbarian.
Mm-hmm.
The elven barbarian.
They exist.
The wood elf barbarian.
They exist.
It had some really nice titties that Raytheon got to see when he did his scrying spell.
That was a whole thing too. That was hilarious too.
Yeah, when Raytheon was trying to find Crow, he knew that he'd wound up on Cinderell's ship. Well, I was like, okay, who do I know on Cinderell's ship that I could try to scry on? Tried on Sin. Got a scene there. Then I tried on his armorer / artificer style shipmate, and got to see the Amazon titties of the barbarian.
Got to see the Amazon. The elf and the gnome were lesbians, so got to see that whole scene. Now
Raytheon's seen a lot. Some of it you might like, some of it you might not.
What about you, Jacob? What did you think about Sin?
He was definitely a character. I mean, technically my second time to meet him. I met him once that last playthrough, very briefly.
Oh yeah.
Like right before
it all fell
ended.
apart.
Yeah, it was more fun. Just kind of poking fun at Edric while we were there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see one you like?
Yeah,
that was pretty funny.
Poor Ed.
Yeah.
Poor Ed.
Well, I guess one thing I will also say, and this is, by the time we had reached Stormshore, or I should say, you two had gotten to Stormshore, the last time this playthrough tried to happen, Alakir was gone in another dimension.
Technically, I was in Stormshore, and only in Stormshore because of Alakir.
That's true.
And his attachment issues.
Yes. when I fell through the giant portal to the astral sea.
With the giant dragon body.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Man, I wanted to get that loot.
I mean, honestly, we all kind of nearly did that.
Got all that kind of loot list.
Yeah. But it was one of those situations like, damn it, why didn't somebody fucking help me? That's where I was really going, like, why didn't somebody help me drag this motherfucker?
I mean, I nearly failed.
On your own, yeah.
Yeah, on my own with the one thing I got.
And then... So, yeah, I mean... And this time around, too, like I said, Cinderella I got to play up him a little more.
That's true, because it was more of a somber tone before.
Yeah.
Because we had to try and rescue.
Right. Because this time Cinderella could
actually got to meet me, yeah.
Could actually be a little more arrogant,
Got to mistake me for my father almost.
Right?
Almost. He actually out of all the characters that have met me that would have known my father actually saw the differences.
Right. Because again, he helped Raytheon, like literally save the world, and no one knows except for the millions of a couple of hundred of people that he tells when he starts drinking, and which I'm pretty sure
did he have the model of his ship shrunken down in the bottom this time?
Yes, it's still there. I forgot to tell that part, but yes, he still has
the shrunken ship
because he's not letting anyone have that. His daughter gets her own ship. She worked for it.
Yeah, and we didn't get to see that set sail.
Oh, we did see that in the last run through, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because that was a lot of other bad shit that happened.
Oh, yeah, because we could tell him Albion was alive-ish.
Yeah.
In that one, yeah. In this one, there's no 100% confirmation yet.
Yeah, we have no idea.
Nope. So, any questions for me for episode 6?
No.
I do find it funny that we did try to name drop that her dad sent us to her. She didn't change her price any for us.
I didn't think it. Player wise, I knew she wouldn't.
It's worth a shot.
And character wise, from stories of Cinerelle, that my father had given me, I didn't think it would. Even if there was a family discount, the family discount's just a regular fucking price.
Because she doesn't want to be anything like her father. She's not a privateer. She's not a pirate. She is a rogue, though.
I mean...
But...
The Phantom Outfitters was fun, though.
Oh, yeah.
With the
human...
The emo shopkeeper, essentially.
The guy that was trying to look like he was from Twilight.
Yep. You always gotta have that guy somewhere.
I mean, I don't remember, but didn't he even have his ears cut?
Yes. He had cut and changed his ears
to look like he was
an elf.
Yeah. Because we could even specifically tell that they had been cut like that.
Did we ever find out a price on what it would be to get the collapsible metal quarterstaff?
Yeah, we did.
I can't remember how much it is.
I don't remember how much it was, but we didn't stop by.
Nope.
Because as a group,
I was just wondering if it's something we could do later on.
That's definitely one of the things.
I just can't remember
Asha
the price.
Wants to get it.
One that'll be easily found once we get to Crystal Dale.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the best magic marketplaces in
the
whole area.
Crystal Dale.
Yeah.
But
it is part of the prince's journey.
Right.
So I hope we end up in Crystal Dale.
Isn't that where we're going?
Eventually, yes. I mean,
I thought that was the point of going to Stormshore, though.
Yeah,
it was to get.
So we were already planning on it.
Yeah, planning on it.
We just don't know when.
Yeah, y'all know when yet.
I know, but I said I just know where we were headed.
Yeah.
Eventually.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, I think we're caught up with everything that's come out right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know where we're at. If you guys want to actually hear some more, or not hear, but want to read about lore, stuff like that, let me know. Let us know on the page. I'll have no problem with actual telling the stories. Hell, if you like what we're doing here, I'll come in, do an episode where we just sit around and literally talk nothing but
past war stories,
all the lore, all the the little stuff that you're only getting
I
part of.
remember when I watched my goblin friend being dive bombed by an Aerocoptera.
Pepperidge Farm remembers.
But yeah, guys, this was fun. Like, this really was. It was cool just sitting back and getting to talk and BS and recap everything and getting information from you guys and what the hell. I said, thank y'all again for joining us for this lovely shit show of a thing. We'll be back for episodes 7 through 12.
Yep.
Until then, I guess Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays,
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. So, see y'all in 2023.
Happy stuff.
So, have a good night.
Yeah. Merry Hana
Kwanzaa-mas.
Quanamis. Yeah.
Later, guys.
Sounds like a strange Pokemon.
Stay tuned for the bloopers. Hey Siri.
Text the wife.
Fuck you.
I was like,
Children cursing is funny.
Yeah.
As long as it's not your
I was gonna say when it's not your kids, yes. Part of the
20
it's like-
minutes at least of bullshit.
I'm Batman.
You lowballed.
I know.
And I found it by mistake. Random fucking mistake.
By mistake.
It really was, 'cause I was looking up stuff for Sonic Frontier.
I didn't spoil anything.
I want to spoil stuff.
Since we can't trust our DM.
I can't remember Tim, V, and Jacob.
Sometimes you can't.
I know I can't.
Rathbin. Raytheon. Vic.
You.
Let's just throw
Clark.
Vic and Clark aren't even in this game.
But they could be.
But
They
they
could
are
be.
in this universe.
They are in the universe.
Hey now. There's nothing saying Clark can't come plummeting out of the sky in another part of the world. Again.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Especially where y'all be going for the one shot.
Fuck, we may have... Oh god, I don't think we can do a game where we're two characters.
Episode 10, all of a sudden, boom! The fuck is that, guys?
Say, Eric Cocker, get up. Don't take fall damage.